Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Rewind Be Kind. I hope everyone's having a great day today. I just decided to come on and just talk a little bit. I had looked at one of my comments from one of my subscribers, Wanda. I'm out here sitting in this truck and this sun. I love the sun, don't get me wrong, but it is shining. And we need it. We get my vitamin D in, okay? I love basting in the sun. But anyhow, so just disregard the glare if you see it. So I was looking at one of her comments um, under my video concerning Gen X. And Wanda, she's a baby boomer. And she had commented, hey Wanda, she had commented that she worked two jobs, to make it. And that right there is a testimony to our Gen Zs and millenniums to let them know that we feel you. We know exactly what you're going through, and times are a little bit different now. I mean, we have to keep you lifted up because you are experiencing things that we could never imagine, really. So, I wanted to tell a little story to that because when I did that video, and this is kind of like reflecting on my life experiences, mine, okay? So whether they sound negative or positive, it doesn't matter. They're my experiences. But I did want to just reiterate on when I was saying it depended on, of course, the class, whether you were dirt poor, lower middle class, upper middle class, wealthy, and then on up, okay? And now this day and time, it's really not, we don't have those levels of class, in my opinion. They just don't exist. But I'm gonna tell a little story because this was a rude awakening for me, okay? So as a Gen Xer, many of us was told, go get that college degree. A lot of that was just the word out there. Go get that college degree, and then when you get that college degree, you can, go to these companies. You can be whatever you want to be in this world. And optimistic me at that time, and still is now, okay, went and start working on my degree and everything. And this was after I had gotten out the military, and start working on my degree, and realized that, okay, well, the experience that I had in the military, I couldn't go and do like my counterparts did and go use that experience and actually land a career job. And it bewildered me. Like I'm saying, I'm telling you about my rude awakenings, okay? So I decided, okay, well, let me get my degree done. I was working on my degree, and there was a job position that came open, okay? And I was like, wow, this is right down my alley. It really is. It would really help me because that was kind of like the degree field I was going into. And yeah, I changed many times, but for the most part, I had a set degree plan of what I wanted to be when I grow up, and I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. So I saw this company was advertising to hire, and this was an awesome career opportunity, okay? And I said, okay, well, I meet all of these credentials, all of them, and plus exceeding. those credentials. And so I went ahead and applied for the position. Now, probably that next day, I received a call from the hiring manager. And she was talking to me on the phone. She was so excited. She was going through my resume, telling me how impressed she was. And yes, please consider coming in for an interview. And I said, okay, well, I will let you know, because I had gotten a call from another company to come in for an interview also. So after I hung up with her, it was a great conversation. About 3 hours later, she called again. She was like, listen, I took your resume up higher, and I am about to go on maternity leave in 3 weeks. And you, although you applied for that other position, you will fit my position well. So that just, I was like, wow. So I was really excited. She was like, is there any way you can come in tomorrow? We want to go ahead and interview and start getting you familiar with everything, because, you know, you're pretty much hired. And I was like, wow, you know. So I was excited. So we set our time for the next day, because like I said, she was excited to just get me on in there. So of course I was excited just as well. And I wasn't real young. How old would I say I was? I was probably probably just hitting 30, probably, yeah, something like that. I can't remember the exact age. But I've always dressed very professional. I mean, that is just something I've always done. I'm not really a jean wearing person. I like pant and slacks, things like that. And so, and I love my blazers and things like that. So I'm excited. I'm like, okay, what am I gonna wear? Get it all pressed and ironed, you know, and it was crisp. It was right. I looked in that mirror. I was like, wow, okay, you got it. This is it. Okay, this is the look for this position. Okay, very professional. I think then what was in was the black blazer with the blue button down. You know what I'm talking about. Black slacks and the little small kitten heels. And so I always wear small earrings, and you know, not a lot of makeup, just look professional. And so I show up, of course, 15 minutes early. Got all my I always carried a little suitcase with all my information in it. I mean, I was just, you guys just don't know, I was just one of those you would probably say kind of a nerdy like individual when it came to career or education, things like that. And so I got there about 15 minutes early, was really excited. You know, you get there, you're looking around and you're going, okay, I can work here, I like this. You know, you get to see some of the people that are working there and how they're dressed, and you're like, okay, I'm right there with them. Okay, I'm doing good. A little bit above, because this position was an upper management. I mean, I was taking this lady's position. Okay, so I'm sitting there waiting, and so it gets to that old clock hour where I'm like, okay, someone's gonna walk out and call me, you know, to come back for the interview, and no one called me. So I'm sitting there and I'm going, what is going on? You know, this woman was excited. I'm thinking she would have been out here 5 minutes earlier, or saw that I was out in the lobby, you know, sitting down waiting where I was told to wait. And no one came. So about 5 minutes later, I went up to the reception desk and I said, yeah, I'm you know who I am, and I'm here for an interview with such and such the name. And the receptionist, because she wasn't there when I first got there, no one was there. And so she looked at me, and then she did a double take look at me. And then she did not call. She was like, wait 1 minute. She went back to wherever the office was. The lady that was supposed that I had spoke with twice on the phone, the little eager beaver, that couldn't wait for me to get there. And the receptionist went back to get her. So probably about 2 minutes later, the lady that I had been speaking to on the phone, she came and got me. She was like, oh, hi, you're, and shook my hand. I was like, yeah. Now I'm going to say this. When I saw that lady, the 15 minutes that I was there before the interview, I probably saw her 4 or 5 times walking through the lobby. I'm sitting in this truck, I'm sweating a little bit. Walking through the lobby. Never spoke to me, not once. I made eye contact, because that's how I do with everyone, and never spoke to me once. And when she came back out, when she introduced herself and we went to the back, it was so weird. It was like, it was a rude awakening for me, because you know how you can sense the energy, like she was exuding a disappointment energy, like, you're her? You're the one I talked with on the phone? And so I'm sitting there, still having hope, being optimistic, going, okay, maybe I shocked her a little bit. I don't know, maybe I wasn't what she was expecting. Okay, although my resume lined up, she called twice, she let me know this and that, even up the position that that she felt I was qualified for, and the upper owner management. And when I got in there and we started the interview, she was not asking any questions. If anything, this is what she said to me. And she big belly pregnant. She was about to burst. And she goes, well, it must have been some type of misunderstanding. We decided we're not going to hire right now. We're just going to probably use someone in the company that's been here and go ahead and let them go in that position. But we'll keep your resume on file. I'm talking no interview. And when she was talking to me, she was looking down the whole time. She never made eye contact with me. My heart, everything in me sunk, because it's not that I hadn't experienced that before, but it really hit hard, because I knew all that I had done, with my education and just me, that it wasn't enough because of my skin color. And I'm thinking she couldn't pinpoint my skin color over the phone, and she surely couldn't pinpoint my color, my hue, by my name or by my resume, and by my accolades and my education, and my experiences that I did have, and how I spoke with her on the phone. So I wanted to say that we as Gen Xers during that time period, it was difficult for us to land those positions. It really was, especially if you were melanated. It was difficult. It really was. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are many out there who said, well, I never experienced that. But that's good. I've experienced it. And there's even stories where my children who are grown are today experiencing it, being looked over, and then something about us as Gen Xers, and I think it's seeped into the Gen Zs, our work ethics are taken advantage of. They really are. Because I'm going to talk about that one day too, as far as I always felt that if I'm working, I'm going to be doing 100+% because I felt it was stealing if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do there. Okay? And so they've always, many companies that I've been with, I've always done the work probably of 2 or 3 people without the title, because they knew when you get that title you can possibly move on. So not the title, and usually not the pay that goes with it. But then you can see someone else come in without your accolades, without your experience, without your eagerness, and you've already proven yourself because you've been there for years, or even a year or months, and you proved yourself, and someone comes in and get a higher position than you, and you possibly have to train them. So we as Gen Xers have experienced a whole lot, and I think that it has been a disappointment, but we push on. We really do. It's something in us, okay? And I'm just not talking about the Spirit of the Most High. The Holy Spirit is in us. It's something in us that just don't want to believe. Even when it slaps us in our face, like it slapped me in my face at that time. Now, that's just one experience, okay? I've had many, okay? I've had many. But I've never let it, deflate me. You know, it may hurt for a while, but for some reason, maybe it's from being little and being told to dry it up, or to keep your emotions to yourself, or your feelings, but we just internalized it and just say, hey, we'll get another chance one day. I think that's how many of us optimistic Gen Xers feel that, one day our opportunity will come, you know? One day we'll matter. One day someone will just look at our application and talk with us and say, yeah, you fit this, and not look at the fact that our skin is melanated. Yeah, I'm talking about that because that's my experience. Because this joy and everything that I have, the world didn't give it to me. It's just me just knowing that it's going to be disappointments. And I know a lot of Gen X's have had the same experiences that I have had. And just like Wanda, I had to work 2 jobs, and a side hustle, regardless of the degrees I have. I have degrees, and then I have an MBA. I have 1 year left for my PhD. You see it, and it's not acknowledged. It's not acknowledged, And I've gotten used to rejections. They don't hurt anymore. Even the career that I'm in right now, I think that's why the Most High sent me to that career, because I've gotten so used to rejections over my life to where it doesn't hurt anymore. If anything, it saddens me for our next generations is what it does. So I hope things start to change, one individual at a time. That's what I'm hoping. Okay? So I just wanted to come on and talk about that. This is just Gen X experiences, And when I one day get enough subscribers where I can actually go live, I would like to do call-ins where Gen Xers can talk about their experiences, because we haven't been heard. We just suck it up. We suck it up. We do. Okay, so until next time, rewind, be kind, subscribe.